ladies and gentlemen, and Neczypor.
Everybody, please. Very nicely done. How's it going? Good. You guys doing all right? It has been a parade of angry white women so far. My God. Woo. I don't want to bring the room down or anything, but I'm not that pissed. I think you all need a little pussy. That might be the cure. My name's Neczypor. My last name rhymes with Neczypor. It was a fun way to grow up. I spent the first 20 years of my life running around going, fuck you, I'm not gay! And then I moved to New York and I was like, oh, fuck me. That's okay. Okay. But I'm like somewhere in between. I'm not like a super dykey lesbian and I'm not like a super femme lesbian. I'm somewhere in between what I like to call a chapstick lesbian. Looks like a dress shoe, feels like a sneaker. It's a theme song I play where I go places. It's hard sometimes, like, I never get hit on by gay women. I'm like, what kind of fucking stupid, ironic haircut do I have to get some attention from the dykes? That's awful. I wear this. That's part of the dress code, right? Right? Does anybody know what this is called?
A carabiner.
It's called a carabiner.
I'm gay too.
No, you're not. You're not. I tried. Story of my life. Here's a tip. If you're wearing your keys and you're not a stage manager or a warden, you're probably a lesbian. And if you're a stage manager or a warden, you're probably a lesbian. That's safe to say. I suck at being a lesbian. My last relationship was 8 days long. It was great. It was like Hanukkah in July, 8 crazy nights. Followed by 14 days of hate mail. If your breakup takes longer than your relationships, odds are you're a lesbian. Women know how to drag shit out. And we're like bickering via email. She's like, you should have known I liked you because I licked your asshole on the first date. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Is that what that means? Buy a girl a flower. Write me a love note, something. I know I'm a lesbian though because I'm like extremely like attentive and overbearing in relationships, and I've decided my new policy is going to be instituting like the emotional safety word. So everybody here knows what a fucking safety word is, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to say on the first date, listen, when I start to overwhelm you emotionally, because inevitably I will, just if you could scream out like popcorn or Felicia Rashad, something like that. Okay. Some non sequitur, I'll get the hints. That'll be great. I've been internet dating lately, which is, since I got sober, practically insufferable. Does anybody here internet date? No one will admit to it. Great, I'm by myself. I'm the only person on the internet, that's fine. You know what, I see you on the internet, like with your arm in your own picture, or your like Mac screen glaring in your glasses. I know you took the picture by your fucking self. And if you're a lesbian and you had your friend take your picture, odds are you have your knee up on something like your fucking Captain Morgan. That's a lesbian pose. It's true. And everybody has these like little taglines like, I like outdoors, or whatever, like, let's go to brunch, like underneath your name. Like, if we could just boil your personality down to like one sentence, it would be so much more efficient to sort out. That way I wouldn't have to waste 3 hours walking through Central Park to discover, oh, I don't know, that you consider shaving your legs an act of anti-feminist behavior. That was a favorite. Or if it was just like, Nancy, she's gonna call you little lady. I have a problem with that. Like, hey, little lady. Absolutely not. Or my favorite was Marissa, a little bit anti-Semitic. These things are not acceptable on a first date. Like, we sit down to dinner and she's like, I hate the Jews. And I'm like, really? I was gonna have the salmon. That's where I was going. still skip to the check. Horrifying. They're horrifying. So the whole internet thing is horrifying. And like I mentioned before, I got sober, so now I have absolutely no excuse for fucking up my life. Like, I haven't had a drink in a year, yet on New Year's Day, I still woke up on a rubber mattress in Williamsburg. Covered in cat hair, because Lord knows there's not a single 30-something lesbian who doesn't own a cat. I don't hate animals or anything, I'm just not like an animal lover, meaning I don't want to have sex with an animal in a bed that's not a lesbian. You know what I mean? It's fucking gross. Also, you know, you wake up next to exes. I woke up next to my straight ex last weekend, which is brilliant. This is the girl after 4 months of dating. I turned to her and I was like, what the fuck? How are you not a lesbian? And she was like, well, Anne, if I spent 4 months in China, I wouldn't be Chinese, now would I? But if you ate Chinese, maybe, I don't know.